Okay, so I'll show a little bit of bone rigging for these limbs with this file. So let me bring my floor up. So I've got this thing. I tried to get it somewhat orthogonally oriented and pretty much centered over the origin, because when you do bones, it's a lot, or when you create bones, it's a lot easier to do them in orthographic views than it is in a perspective view. So in this case, what I'm going to do is come to my left view here and expand that, and so let's hide my grid. I don't really need that. And currently I have this unwrap UVW on this thing, which has a lot of seams and stuff like that. Let me at least hide the peel seam. Yeah, there, so I don't have to look at that. And so I'm just going to kind of get that lined up and get it as big as I can in my screen, and I'm going to go to the create systems and bones. You can also access this, click out of from animation bone tools, and this actually gives you a lot of kind of interesting features for these, but for the most part I can just use the straight up bone tool here. So the first thing I want to do is kind of come up here to the top, and your bones are hierarchies. So after you make them, they these all of those are children of the first one you create. So click to get all those and delete them. So here I'm going to start, and you can adjust their width and height and all that. And I may actually do that because these look fairly skinny here, and it doesn't matter if they are, and it's not really their size. This is just so you can see them. So I think what I'll do is just make these 1 and 1, and we'll see how that does. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to kind of come in and start a chain down to the elbow, or from the shoulder down to the elbow, and then down to the wrist, and then one that can be the hand, and then I'm going to stop there because I'm going to link some others from here. In fact, let me aim this one kind of right there at the middle finger, and then right click, and I'm going to just delete that last little nub bone. So now I've got a chain running down to the wrist, and I'm going to pop out, and let's take a look at it in the side view, so we can do a little bit of moving to reorient these. Oops, sorry, still in bone mode. Need to right click to get out of that. Take this, and I'm going to go to rotate mode for this, and I'm just going to rotate that. Oop, and I need to, looks like I need to change my, looks like I'm at a, yeah, let's go to just a 1 degree if I want to use snap, and actually I'm just going to turn it off because I just want a real fine movement to there, and then I'm going to get this one and kind of rotate it till it's a little more centered. And the hand, actually that actually looks pretty good, so let's check that from here, and let's look at it in perspective. Again, I'll hide that grid just so I can see it. Deselect that, look around, yeah, that all looks pretty good. So let's make some bones for the rest of the hand here. Really, I'm not even going to bother to try to have them touch with these. I'm just going to position them out here in space for the thumb. So it's probably best to do that in this view, yeah. So I'm just going to start one kind of up here in the middle of the wrist, and then down through the bone, and then out to the tip. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to leave that little nub bone because I can use that as a controller for the rest of the hierarchy. So the next thing I'd want to do is come over to the to this view and move these into place. I'm going to switch to the move tool. Sorry if I've been a little bit, sorry I forgot to clip my mic in place, so you may have to turn the volume up on these a bit. I apologize for that. Double click on those so that I can select them all, and then just click and hold and drag over to here, and then let's see, select that one and maybe rotate it out a bit. And this one looks good, and so maybe just now rotate that one. Let's take a look to see what that looks like in perspective. That's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit of repositioning on this guy, which means I'll likely have to reposition the others. Let's see, I just want to pull it in just a bit. Just trying to get it kind of centered up in the mass of the root of the thumb there. Yeah, and now I can just rotate it out, and I may want to go to local mode at some point. So especially with rotation, yeah, because that'll work a lot better just in terms of getting it positioned within the thumb. And let's see, this one, yeah, let's rotate. Whoop, I'm gimbaling it. Let's make sure I've got that. Yeah. And these look good, so rotate that one in. And I'd say that's got it. And so I'm going to do some more of these, and I may just stop the video at some point because the rest of this will be exactly the same in terms of linking these up. But let me right click and get out of that, go to bone mode, and I'm going to make some of the finger joint bones. So let's start one. I'm just going to kind of start in the root of the finger, and do I have something selected? Yeah, maybe I need to. Okay, there it goes. Sorry about that. Looking good now. Oh, I see. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm trying to see. That's what I mean. I'm trying to do this in perspective mode, and I really need to be doing it in this mode. There we go. So right here at the kind of the root of the finger, out to the joint here, and then kind of out to the end. Let that be that. And then let's see if I can. Sometimes you can kind of pick things up when you have these selected. If I mouse over that, yeah, and I can just pick that right up from there. Come out to these, and then these. That, and what I'm going to do is link all, once I get everything kind of in place, I'm going to link them all to this hand bone right here. Yeah, because see, right now they're all just their own individual chains. They have nothing to do with these guys. Well, except that one, which I had that selected when I clicked it. So let me back out here, and I'm going to stop the video because this may maybe get a little bit tedious just rotating these bones into place. But just to give you a little bit of an example here, pick that guy and kind of rotate it around, and let's make sure. Actually, these might work better in perspective mode. You can see it a little bit better. Actually, it looks pretty. Actually, let me undo that thing. I may have rotated it a bit much. Just want it more in the center of the. Yeah, that looks pretty good, and this one I think is going to be just fine as well. So yeah, let me stop the video, and I'll pick it up after I get all these in place, and I'll show you how to start linking these up.